After moving all of his personal effects to the residential wing of Crystal Castle, Klaus Holzmann officially took office in February of 1912. While the rest of the Republic was busy celebrating Königstodestag, Holzmann was busy unpacking boxes with the help of the new Minister of Information, Margot Engels. As a side note regarding Margot, I would like to make an amendment to previous chapters. Very little verifiable information is available about Ms. Engels prior to her being hired as Gerlach Rothbart's secretary in 1909. This is, as it turns out, because Margot Engels was not her real name. Before working with Rothbart, she had been employed as a military telepath, and before that had enrolled at Providence College under her birth name, Christina Holzmann. This was not common knowledge at the time, as Klaus Holzmann had gone to great lengths to convince the world that his twin sister had died on an intelligence-gathering mission to Morocco.
I'm glad you're here, Margot. Mandel was an excellent assistant, of course, but with him in prison for treason, it's hard to find trustworthy people these days.
Replacing all the glass walls with stone does feel like an apt metaphor. Strength without transparency.
I was thinking the same thing.
So, where do you want these books? Klaus? Someone's in your office.
Male or female?
Female. And she's trying to break into your desk.
Artificers. Always warding against each other and nobody else.
When Holzmann arrived in his office, he was confronted by the jarring sight of Ariadne Culver picking the lock on his filing cabinet using her exposed and extended finger bones. This wasn't jarring because he hadn't expected her to be there. He had thought for a while that she may return to the VSR and try something like this. No, it was jarring because Ariadne had, at some point before arriving, discarded all of her clothes. Ostensibly, this was to stop Holzmann from easily restraining her with the fabric, but it may also have been an attempt at psychological warfare. On that front, it was somewhat successful in putting Holzmann on the back foot.
Hello, Mr. President. I was just on my way out.
Put those files down now and put your hands on your... Oh.
Without pockets, the most expedient way for her to transport the file she'd stolen was to fold it up and swallow it. This action, too, had the added benefit of giving Holzmann pause. Only for a second, though. Ariadne transformed into a rat in order to make her escape, but Holzmann was able to shift the very bricks and skirting board to block any holes she could possibly slip through.
Oh, no, you don't. You're going to turn back into a human and tell me who sent you here. We're in a whole room full of man-made objects. You're out of your element.
You forget yourself, Klaus. You may be running the country now, but you're still made of the same meat as the rest of us.
And with that, she turned into a bird and went for the window.
Not that easy, is it? Margot, call for the guards. I've got Ariadne Culver trapped in my office.
On it. She just broke the window, didn't she?
And a few of my ribs, it would seem. Send for Father Gabriel. I'll start cleaning this up in the meantime.
Unbeknownst to Holzmann, there were those having a worse start to their week than him. According to a story published in the social complaints column of small Swiss paper Lefou Bavard, headlined "Foreign Vagrants Terrorize Local Goats," an Oberhofen man had encountered a trio of unwanted visitors on his property late the previous evening. Despite his best attempts to reason with them, the three ended up collapsing unconscious in the barn. The next morning, the man was forced to remove them from the premises. The three vagrants were described thusly: 2 men in devil masks, and a woman wearing a blue dress decorated with clams, fish, crabs, and seaweed.
Ah! Cold!
All right, you filthy foreigners, get out of here.
It's my birthday.
Oh, come on, pal. You want us to freeze to death?
That'd be too kind of punishment for what you've done.
Oh, no need to resort to anything drastic. We'll be on our way, won't we, gentlemen?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very sorry for whatever we did.
Leave. Leave faster.
My Fruits of the Sea dress. It's all crusty. Oh no. Oh, no. Is this blood? Please don't let it be blood. I was doing so well.
Oh, calm down, Colette. It's just red wine.
Oh, okay. That's better. Barely. God, what did we do last night? Could it have been a curse? Are we sure Babyface John is still in Paris? He'd totally do something like this to us.
Aw, sounds like someone's never been drunk on their birthday before.
I wasn't. You guys know I don't like wine.
Why did you pour it all over yourself, then?
At least I'm not the one who shaved one of his sideburns off.
What? Give me a mirror. Oh, I'm hideous. Which one of you did this?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I swear. I'd never disrespect another man's facial hair like that, honestly.
You would have way more cuts on your face if I'd done it. I'm terrible with a razor.
For your own sakes, you had better be telling the truth.
I mean, don't be so dramatic. Your hair grows quickly anyway.
Knowing my luck, will have been robbed as well. Cigar case? Check. Cufflinks? Check. Wallet? Matter of fact, I think everything's right where it should be.
I didn't have anything valuable on me to start with.
Well, hopefully, I'll be able to say the same. What the... What? Chelsea, Colette, I don't want to alarm you, but I did just find a severed finger in my fucking coat pocket. It's not any of yours, is it?
No.
Jesus, Eisen, what did you do?
It was an accident. I mean, I assume it was an accident.
Let's look around the van and see. Maybe something will jog our memories.
Oh, I remember this delightful little metal case full of sweets.
Telesphore held in his hand a small tin, liberated from an open crate full of other similar tins. The lid was decorated with a field of winking anthropomorphic flowers and the words Spookberg Thimble Drops for mood and vitality.
Here, where did we get those again?
It's a merchandise sample. Oh, I see. I remember now. We went back to Bad Spookberg to visit our friends at Sick.
Oh, aye, and those are the new speciality sweets they wanted us to move across the border.
The ones derived from their new crossbreed poppies, which cause hallucinations and short-term memory loss.
That's all fucking coming back to me now.
See? I told you I would never get drunk on wine. Oh no. We were taking drugs. That's worse. It's way worse. God, I hope I didn't do anything too regrettable.
What you will hear next, dear listener, is the best timeline of events I was able to put together based on a mix of primary and secondary sources. By all accounts, the trouble started while Aya, Winterlich and co. were picking up the product from the bathhouse in Bad Spookberg.
Colette, before you go...
Oh, wow! Is that for me?
It's a hybrid tea rose. I designed it myself. I call it a De Rosier Monday Scarlet.
Oh, I get it! Because it's nearly Rose Monday, which is on the same day as Königsstottestag this year.
And the birthday of at least one particularly lovely lady that I know.
Keifer, could you not?
Who told you?
Not guilty.
Well, I might have mentioned it in passing, but I couldn't possibly say.
Yeah, I guess it's tomorrow. The big 2-6. So, Keifer, if you wanted to make a move, probably do it soon. Otherwise, you know, probably gonna go become a nun or something.
Whatever do you mean? I don't mind the company of older women.
Oh, you are such a cad.
Hold on, older? What do you mean? How old are you?
I turned 22 last August.
Interesting. So, just to refresh my memory. Lilie, you are his older sister?
Well, to put it in delicately, yes.
By 2.5 years.
Uh-huh, good to know.
See, I told you it was a bad idea to bring it up.
Well, excuse me. I just get excited about birthdays. I don't have them as often as the rest of you.
Oh, wheesht. Leave it to me. How's it going in there, Diamond Head?
My life is over.
Oh, no it's not.
I made you some tea. Would that make you feel better?
Yes.
Oh, come on. You know you're being totally ridiculous.
Am I? Compared to the Von Monblooms, I'm like an amoeba. And they're both younger than me. I used to have a real job. I used to rent my own apartment. Now look at me. I'm still single. I live in a van. And all I've accomplished in the past 12 months is a whole lot of stealing and domestic terrorism.
Need I remind you that you hated your old job?
And how many prospects did you really have in that town? Be honest.
Pretty much none. I mean, there was this one guy who worked in the tanner's shop, but he ate a lot of pickled onions, so his breath was really bad. It wouldn't have worked out.
You may not believe me, but you know, I was 26 once and I turned out fine. So was Telsey. Hell, if you really want to get technical about it, he was 26 for 10 fucking years.
And I survived all of them.
It's different for you. You're men. When you grow up as a girl, you get it drilled into your head that you need to have done something by the time you're 25. Either you should marry, or at the very least have a career, and if you don't, then there's something wrong with you. I have nothing. No prospects, no education, and I'm creatively stagnating. I feel like these days I only make new clothes when we need disguises.
Oh, come on, that's not true. You made that dress with all the crabs and tentacles on it.
Which was quite the achievement. And so was the costume you made for me. I thought it was the cat's pajamas.
Really?
Yes. Oh, anybody could make a devil or a vampire costume, but I don't think someone who was truly creatively stagnated could come up with a costume inspired by rye bread.
Thanks, Tel. I was going to dress up today since it's Rose Monday and everything, but now I don't really feel like it.
Oh, go on. You should do it anyway. I'll dress up too.
Aye, even if we don't go out, it'll be harder to be sad because you're covered in barnacles.
Telesphore's rye bread costume consisted of a felt hat shaped like a bread roll and brown wool suit decorated with embroidered strands of wheat and black beads meant to represent seeds. To complete the trio, Colette had also designed for Eisen an ensemble based on the theme of onion soup. As far as I can tell, though, it was never made, presumably because Eisen said something insulting about it.
You both look completely fucking ridiculous, by the way.
I know. Don't you just love it?
Ridiculous?
Right, this is very fucking good, but what do you want to do with the rest of the evening? Because I feel the need to remind you, we need to get this delivery from SICC to Venice before the end of the week. We can't fuck around too much.
Oh, right. The drugs. I've been trying my best not to think about all of that. The boxes they come in are really cute, though. Can I look at it again?
There you go. You know, they did give us a sample. Shall we?
Wait, are you crazy? I just wanted to look at the box.
Easy, easy. This one's a special wee tin just for us. It's not like these are going out to customers.
Oh, one isn't going to kill you.
Yeah, but it's a slippery slope. You start out with just one, and then before you know it, you're in an opium den in Revolution Row selling your teeth and organs for more drug money. That's how it works.
Speaking from experience, are you?
Yes! I'm extremely corruptible. Before I lived with Nanette, I had never smoked a cigarette in my life. My parents didn't smoke either. I knew it was a terrible habit to pick up. And then I sat on the back porch with Nanette while she was smoking her pipe one time. And now I'm like this.
Well, I don't think you can fully blame the tobacco for that, hen.
Think of it this way, Colette. It's Rose Monday, which means that this Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. By my admittedly incomplete understanding of Catholicism, you can try thimble drops once, then immediately give them up for Lent, and it won't become a habit.
Oh, would you be taking one too?
Absolutely. I'd hardly expect you to go it alone. I'll be with you the whole way. Eisen?
Oh, aye, no question. Here, I'll even be the one to go first, just so you know it's safe. Here.
No, Eisen! Don't! How do you feel? What are the side effects? Can you see anything, or are the hallucinations auditory? Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, yes. Now look, I feel fine. I mean, it's not like it would kick in instantly.
Well, since you got the ball rolling for us, Eisen. Oh, they taste good. A little like Turkish delight. Go on, Colette, try it.
I'm so corruptible.
It took approximately 20 more minutes for the trio to fully appreciate the thimble drop's effects. Due in no small part to Colette's choice of costume influencing their subconscious minds, they all experienced similar and generally pleasant hallucinations of being at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, the glow from the Kingmaker is intoxicating. I never noticed it before.
I was thinking the same thing about your eyes.
When you and Colette sit next to each other, oh man, the pink and the blue mix together to make an absolutely mental shady purple. Oh, I wish I could get that on an autochrome.
You're really good at braiding hair, Telesphore. Do you have sisters?
No, I'm an only child. My hair just used to be longer. Yours is perfect for braiding. We should do this more often.
Hey, Telesphore, can I ask you a personal question?
Always.
Are you a mammal or a reptile?
I don't think I entirely know what the difference is. How would I be able to tell?
Well, he's got hair and nipples.
How do you... Oh, duh. Of course you know that. Do you lay eggs?
Me personally? No. Not yet.
Interesting. You know, getting high was a really good idea because I have my life plan now.
Oh, that's excellent news.
Yeah. I thought about it really hard, and I fixed everything. I think I've got two options. Either I can move in with Maria, and we'll both tell people we're too focused on our careers to marry.
Very solid plan that has worked so far for me and Eisen.
Or I can tell Keifer that he has to propose to me because he is very attractive and his family has a castle. And if he had a bunch of affairs, I wouldn't even mind because his sister, also very attractive. I would even fit in really well with the whole fake vampire thing because everyone's always telling me I'm too pale. I would have to start wearing more black though, but marriage is all about making compromises.
Wait, you're moving out? What about me and Eisen? We'll miss you.
I will invite you over for dinner every week. Twice a week. Listen, Telesphore, I need you to know that I still love you.
Of course, I already know that, darling, but I don't think 2 dinners a week is enough. I've gotten so used to seeing you every day, I don't know if I could adjust.
Hang on, stop the bus. Who said what about Colette leaving? What?
Not today, not tomorrow, but one day. Probably. Don't make a big thing out of it.
Oh, what? You're too good for us now that you're 26.
Yes.
Ha!
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not good enough. I can't tell who's a worse influence on who. Because on the one hand, you two have encouraged me to steal and lie and do drugs. But on the other hand, every terrible thing that's happened to you in the past year has been my fault.
Not every terrible thing.
Listen, Colette, trust me, you don't want to be going down this train of thought in your current state.
And I'm speaking from experience. It's a very bad idea to get stuck in your own head while high.
Oh no. I'm ruining the mood. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Fucking hell, Diamond Head. What did I just say to you?
Colette, calm down. Calm down. Think about calming things. Lavender plants gently blowing in the breeze, kittens playing with yarn, other things along those lines.
No. It's too late. I feel weird. I feel weird right now.
Will you go lie down?
Don't tell me what to do. I think I just need fresh air.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't advise it. Oh, all right. Well, goodbye, Colette.
Oh, fucking bollocks with bollocks on top of another pair of fucking bollocks. Should we go after her?
Somewhat reluctantly, they chased after her and found themselves in the middle of the carnival celebrations. The scene around them was loud, chaotic, and generally terrible to experience while in an altered state.
She won't have gone far, but we can't split up because we'll both get lost.
Alright, I'll go after Diamond Head and you can just, I don't know, just hang around here or something.
Be careful, alright?
Careful is my middle name.
Famous last words.
Doesn't matter, I can power through it. Mind over matter. Oh, wow, okay. Stable, right. right. Mind over matter, mind over tatter, mind over... Excuse me, out the way, right, I watch it, move your fucking move, thank you very much, right.
Hey, you forgot your costume.
This is my costume, you moron. Is it not obvious? I'm dressed as a man who's had enough.
Save the bad attitude for after Wednesday, buddy. Here, take my mask. It'll suit you.
Before Eisen could protest, he'd been adorned with a hooded devil mask decorated with painted flames. This type of mask is extremely popular in Carnival and Fastnacht celebrations of the region, but since I was unable to find any photos of the specific design, I will have to leave whether or not the mask actually suited him up to interpretation.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a girl.
Me too, brother. Hey.
She's about this tall, dark hair, big stupid eyes like a baby cow, and she's got a blue thing growing out of her head.
Not wearing a mask or anything?
No, not the last time I saw her, no.
What's she wearing then?
She's dressed like the ocean.
If the people he spoke to gave him an answer as to whether or not they'd seen Colette, Eisen didn't hear it. He'd become far too fixated on a member of the group who was balancing a small hunting knife on the end of his finger.
Here, what are you doing with that, by the way?
Oh, we're playing the knife game.
Can I have a go?
Meanwhile, Colette was trying to get her bearings. She was only a few feet from the Iron Winterlich van, but in her current state, she might as well have been lost in the Seltsamwald again.
Okay, I think I'm good. I just need to... Where's the van? Which way did I... How far have I walked? I'm fine. This is fine. I can go towards the town. I'll stay on this road and go towards those lights and I'll be good. Oh no.
Colette had inadvertently crossed paths with a parade and was almost immediately swept up into the crowd. As they were all dressed as devils, wild men, goblins, and witches, Colette's drug-addled mind chose to interpret the whole debacle as being led to hell by a procession of the damned.
Calm down. Maybe this isn't hell. Maybe it's purgatory. Hey! Hey, is this hell or purgatory?
Definitely hell!
Oh, no! Oh, wait, this isn't real. I'm just having a bad trip. I just gotta write it out.
You could say that. When you took that thimble drop, you dropped dead almost immediately. It was really embarrassing, too. You fell out of the van face first, and your skirt ripped and everything. Everyone could see your abbreviations.
There's no way that actually happened.
There's no mistake about it. This is where you're supposed to be.
Face it, you're a sinner.
No, I'm not. I just have occasional lapses in judgment.
Is that what you call blowing up innocent people with a rock in your head?
I didn't put that there. That's not my fault.
What about lying about your identity so that you could try and steal a dollhouse from a little girl? Or standing idly by while Eisen whacked a priest over the head with a wrench?
Or how about running away from convent school and making your father come all the way out to Champignon to make sure you weren't dead?
That's not fair. He and I came to an agreement. And I've already done my penance for that one.
What about a few minutes ago, when you said that if you were married to Keifer von Mondbloom, you'd still want to have relations with his sister?
I take that back. I was just spitballing. I didn't mean it. I know the Bible says you can't sleep with your sister-in-law. I wasn't actually going to do it. You can't hold that against me if I take it back, right?
That's not even getting into all the cross-dressing or the pornography or the cigarettes.
I have a stressful life.
And don't think we forgot about when you used to take your doll's clothes off and make them kiss each other.
Oh, all right, fine. I admit it. Oh, I did all of that. I'm a manslaughtering bisexual pervert. But I don't think I'm the worst person out there. Not by a long shot. So please, can you at least consider giving me a second chance?
No!
The head demon pointed his pitchfork at Colette, and she was immediately engulfed in flames. In reality, what likely happened was that Colette had positioned herself a little too close to one of the revelers' torches, which was a very poor choice given that her costume was mainly made of silk and papier-mâché.
Hey, my wine!
Much better.
Did that girl just...
I was on fire. Leave me alone.
You don't look so good, hun. How much have you had to drink?
Nothing. I'm sober. I haven't taken anything or drank anything in my life. Please stop laughing at me. I said stop. Stop right now, or something really bad is going to happen.
What the hell are you talking about?
Luckily for the revelers celebrating Rose Monday in Oberhofen that year, Colette was a person who responded to all stress by simply removing herself from the situation. As soon as she felt the telltale, light-headed, tingling sensation of the Kingmaker charging, she broke through the crowd and made a run for it. The Kingmaker fired off anyway, and the force of the blast knocked her off balance and sent her rolling down a hill towards a nearby creek. Fortunately, the only person injured in this incident was Colette herself. Meanwhile, Telesphore had decided to lay in the grass and watch the stars. During this activity, he had remained so still and so focused that some intoxicated local youths had mistaken him for a dead body.
Go on, do it.
All right. He's not gonna miss the old fuzz face.
Can I help you?
Jesus Christ! Sorry, we thought you were dead.
Well, obviously I'm not.
Wait, look at his eyes. I think he's one of the strangers.
You're not gonna, like, eat us, or demand the souls of our firstborn, or turn us to stone or anything, are you?
Depends. Would you like to stick around and find out? Who walks around with a razor and shaving cream in their pockets anyway? Oh, and it's uneven. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be so upset about that. Eisen! Oh, that's right. He went somewhere, didn't he? And so did Colette. I really ought to be helping to look for her. Excuse me, could I trade my hat for your devil mask? I can't let my face be seen like this.
Thinking that Colette would surely be frightened and overwhelmed in her current state, Telesphore decided to check the quieter parts of the surrounding fields and forest. Unfortunately, he also got lost in the process. As he followed the creek in no particular direction, he contemplated his current situation.
Well, if nothing else, I'm having a nice moonlit walk. I'm sure there are far worse ways to spend a Monday night. Don't you think so?
Most definitely.
At this point in Telesphore's hallucination, he had started seeing the likeness of his childhood pet, a blue, sable-coated tatzelworm named Miska, who was currently walking alongside him.
I am a little worried about Colette, though.
And why is that?
Well, I think maybe I shouldn't have goaded her into taking those thimble drops.
You didn't make her take them, though. Give yourself some leniency, old man.
That's not the point. I know it's far from the worst thing I've ever done, but... well, she's my friend, and this is her first time doing anything like this. I just wanted to help her get out of her own head for a little while, that was all.
Exactly! You were acting out of a desire to cheer her up. You can hardly be persecuted for that.
But look where that's gotten us. Now Eisen's off doing who knows what, and Colette's lost, probably half scared to death, the poor thing. And on her birthday.
Oh, Luke, call me a biased figment of your subconscious, but I don't think it's fair to hold yourself accountable for other people's decisions.
You know, Miska, you're a lot more articulate now than I remember you being.
Well, that was 240 years ago. With age comes wisdom, my dear Telesphore. Look at yourself. You're hardly the same person you were before they sent you to Earth.
No, I suppose I'm not.
At this point, by sheer happenstance, he had ended up on the same section of riverbank where Colette had been waiting for the thimble drops to wear off. From Colette's point of view, the night was going quite a bit differently.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello, Colette. I've been waiting for you.
Dad?
Close. But no, it's the other male authority figure you harbor deeply conflicted feelings over.
God?
Right category, wrong axis.
What? Oh, of course. Satan. Satan? Oh no. That means I'm still in hell.
Don't fret over it too much. Here, sit down on this rock next to me. Let's have a chat.
Oh, well, all right. But only because my back is sore from tumbling down that hill.
I suppose you're wondering why I brought you here.
That would be an understatement.
You're not here to be punished. In fact, rather the opposite. You see, I've been watching your career with keen interest, and I think you've got real potential.
Potential what?
Oh, Colette, don't be so modest now. Just look at how many souls you've sent down to me with that jewelry in your head. And just think, as part of my horde, you could do so much more.
No, you don't understand. I did that all by accident.
Really? From what I understand, the Kingmaker responds to your anger. You must have wanted, on some level, to punish everyone you've ever killed. That must be the case. Otherwise, you'd have killed Ire and Winterlich about 50 times over at this point.
Well, that doesn't change my mind. Sorry, but I don't think I'm really cut out for being a demon.
It's your loss. I thought you said you wanted a career, stability. Shame to see such natural talent go to waste.
You think I'm talented?
Unlike you, my dear, I accept what I am and what you are. You should try it sometime.
Wow. Thanks for that, I think.
Well, if you're not quite ready, then I suppose I'll bid you adieu. Keep up the good work. Oh, and, Colette?
Yes, Satan?
Love the dress.
Wait a second. This isn't hell. I'm by the creek. I'm just down the hill from that town. I'm corporeal. That means I'm not dead.
You weren't a very good pet. Always spewing your poison breath on house guests. No regard for those who are to clean up after you.
That's dirty pool, old man. I won't stand for it.
Hold that thought. Colette?
Telesphore! I'm not dead!
I can see that.
How did you find me?
Lucky guess, I suppose. I was just having an argument with Oh. Well, he's gone now. I'll tell you later. How has your trip been treating you?
I thought I was in hell.
That's fairly standard. When I took a pink drumlet for the first time, I thought I was a souffle, and that any sudden noise would make me deflate.
Some birthday this has turned out to be.
Well, here's a thought. Maybe you can write this one off.
What do you mean?
I mean, you've barely been lucid for the latter half of the day, so I don't think it should count.
You mean I can just stay 25?
For as long as you see fit. And I promise I won't tell a soul. Now, come on. Let's find Eisen and see if we can have some real fun before the inevitable unpleasant come down.
This time, we should hold hands so we don't get separated.
Ooh, good thinking. Maybe you should be the brains of this outfit.
Alonzi!
Once reunited, Telesphore and Colette were able to locate Eisen, who had been significantly waylaid due to his own hallucinations. Initially, he had been looking for some scrap iron with which to construct a prosthetic finger, but he quickly forgot what he was doing, and when his compatriots finally found him, he was engaging in a one-sided, flirtatious conversation with a steam-powered combine harvester. What further debauchery the trio got up to that night has more or less been lost to time, but at the very least, Colette was able to note in her personal diary that her 26th birthday was, quote, much less terrible than last year. Now, with that diversion out of the way, I would like to briefly return to Crystal City, where President Holzmann was attempting to gain any information he could on Ariadne's whereabouts.
Good morning, Mr. President. Did you get up to much over...
Round up every working clairvoyant in the city, give each of them a photograph of Ariadne Kova, get a third of them focused towards Russia, a third focused on France, and a third on the United Kingdom. Don't let them leave until one of them has a lead on her. If they object, gently remind them that it's a matter of national security.
Yes, right away, Mr. President.
And put a call in with General Tanzer with the 6th Reserve Squadron. Tell him that Leonard Kova is to be immediately stripped of rank and arrested.
Yes, sir.
You'll be back, Ariadne, once I give you the proper incentive.
The Kingmaker Histories is a production of We Are Not Alive. This episode was written by Charlie Green and audio engineered by Meg Molloy Tuten, with Foley design by Jam Wright and executive production by Henry Galley and Ashley Craft. Our theme was written and performed by Professor Shy Guy. A full list of other music used can be found in the show notes, as can our social media links. This episode featured, in order of appearance, David Ault as the historian, Bradley Gareth as Holzmann, Liz Morey as Margot, Addison Peacock as Ariadne, Blythe Renay as Colette, Taqi Nazeer as Eisen, Josh Rubino as Telesphore, Ty Coker as Keifer, Lauren Grace Thompson as Lilie, Zuwie Lefou as Miska, and Wilder Renzy Martin as Satan. With additional voices by Henry Galley, Meg Molloy Tuten, EJ Smith, Matt Baker, and Tal Minear. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/kingmakercast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.